Right, so now I'm going to show you how to make music come out of your nose, which is probably the nicest thing to ever come out of your nose. How is this magic done, you will ask? Well, I'll tell you, right? Through the magic of this wonderful instrument called a nose flute. And it's what sounds like this when you play it. Which is pretty cool. And again, it's one of these instruments that anybody can play, even if you're not trained in music. So I'm going to show you how to do this now. Now what you need to start off with is you need this template here, which I've been categorically informed by the Strand that is able to be downloaded off the website. So download this and then we'll get to work. So what you will need to make this fantastic instrument is cardboard, quite tough cardboard, like the sort that you get from cereal boxes, or you know, that goes around ready meals and stuff. So cardboard, not too much cardboard because it's quite a small thing, but just enough in case you make mistakes and everything. Cardboard, glue, this kind of like white PVA glue. I would advise against using glue sticks because I don't think that it really works properly for this instrument. So if you have this, you can get this most places. So yeah, this, you'll need scissors, but most of all you will need a craft knife. So either this is an actual craft knife, or there's this, which is another sort. And then there's another sort that you can get really easily even in corner shops, of like little ones with breakable off blades. Now these are obviously extremely sharp and extremely dangerous, so I would say don't you use them. Again, get an expendable adult to cut them out for you if you're in any way unskilled with these. Probably just let them do it anyway. Who cares about them? But yeah, always be very careful when you're dealing with any sort of these knives. And I know that from experience too. And a couple of like little rubber bands will also help just whenever you're leaving things to dry. This is a very complicated, well, it's not very complicated, but it's more complicated than what we've been doing. So it needs to take a lot of time and patience because you're going to need to let the glue dry and everything if it's going to work properly. And again, there's a lot of like finicky cutting it out. So make sure that you've got a good space to do the cutting out on, so you're not damaging the table. So the first thing to do, once you've got your template, unless you can print a template out on that sort of card, which I don't think you can do, is what we need to do is we need to start making the little bits of, there's 7 bits for the windway block, and that's the thing that actually makes the whistling noise. So we're going to need to cut those out. Take your template and you'll see that they're all lettered A, B, C, D, E, and so on up to G. And we'll just work with A here. So get the craft knife and just cut. And then also cut out the square so that's A. Get your cardboard and a pen and just trace it out. Oops. And make sure that you properly letter it. And then again, So I'm just going to do A for you, so as you know, do the same thing for A, B, F and G. And then I'll just show you, there you go. That's A done. So then, for example, you've got one like D here. So obviously there's no little hole cut out, so just so that's the kind of shape that we're looking for those middle ones. And again, just transfer it to the cardboard and cut it out. I'm not going to do, again, just transfer it to the cardboard and cut it out. I'm not going to show me doing all of these. Just cut, as I said, cut them all out until you've got 7 of these. Right, so once you've got all of your 7 pieces of cardboard cut out, you're going to want to start building it up. So what you do is take A, if you make sure you letter them all up in the top right hand corner. So take A, and then obviously take B. Oh yeah, for this you're going to need the glue. So you don't even need much glue at all. So I would say just pour it out, pour a little bit out into a saucer, or what I have here is just a wee thing that used to have chili sauce in it from the pizza place. So yeah, just a little bit. And then, oh yeah, you're going to need a spreader for the glue, so I would say just use a bit of cardboard from the thing you've been cutting out anyway. So, yes, get A, get B, start spreading. Yeah, so you've got A, and what you do is get your glue, spread it on. Take B and just put it on top like that. And if you always make sure that all the letters always align, so if you always have the letter in the top right hand corner, that'll keep you right. And then, you know, as one might expect, then obviously on top of B you're going to place C. And what this does is this builds up. So as there's a little hole going down to the main hole there. Yeah, so just keep on building this up, D on top of C, etc. And you should end up with something that looks like this. Right, so I'm just going to turn it this way, and you should be able to see light coming through there, and that's the most important thing. You always got to keep that little hole or aperture open, because obviously that's how the sound is made. So that's why we need to leave it to dry for a long time, so as it won't bend over or get crushed whenever we do the next bit. And then, of course, while we're waiting for this to dry, then obviously take the template and cut out the 2 other bits of it. Right, so you've cut out the other 2 bits of the template, transfer them to the cardboard, so you're left with these. Now, this is still drying, but what you can do is put this on it. So, take your windway block and turn it round so as the G that was in the top right hand corner is now on the bottom left corner in front of you. So it was like that, now it's like this. And then what you do is you get this bigger piece, and what you're going to do is you're going to put it on like that, right? So I'll just get some glue. And you stick it on like that. So, as you can see, the bit with the hole in it is sticking up here. So this is the part where you leave it to dry for ages, and I would say at least, well, yeah, I mean 2 hours, because you want it to be really firm whenever you start onto the next part of it, because the important thing is that this bit shouldn't bend whenever we turn this up. Okay, so leave it to dry, go away, and do something else. Have a nice walk. So what we do now, once that is dried a bit, is we're going to take the parts of this bit of cardboard that are down here around the sides. I'm going to bend them up. So you've got it turned like that, bend it up so it's these bits here run along like that, and then obviously we need to glue that, and this is the bit that actually takes the longest to dry, and it's the bit that you need to make sure that you do leave, because if this bit comes apart, then the thing won't really work. So you've got, now you can sit there and hold it, but that'll take you a long time. So we have it like this. And as I said, you need to leave that to dry. So obviously you can't hold it for all that length of time. So what I would recommend is getting a rubber band, putting it around it. In fact, get a bigger one. Rubber band. Putting it around it to hold it like that. To make sure that the sides are always really snug to the block. And again, this is now another point where you've got to just leave it. And I would say for probably more than 2 hours, I'd say maybe about 3 or 4 hours, just so that you're absolutely certain. And if it seems like it's taking a lot of time, it's only because you've got to make sure that all of these parts are absolutely airtight, so that all of the air is funneling through the little hole. Right, so I've left this for about 3 hours, I think, and I'm just going to take the rubber band off now, see how it is. That seems fairly solid to me. Yeah, so the next step is, what we're going to do is we're going to bend these wings down so as they fan out a little bit, but also making sure that they don't actually tear away from the block. So yeah, so we take off the rubber band, and what we do is we, as I said, we just bend these down, just to, as I said, try and make sure that it doesn't tear away. So you see, what you need is a couple of creases along there and along there, and all that does is give it a bit of leeway. And then what you do is you take your second bit, and we're just going to put it across along that, and that should be the final part. So what they need to do is, again, just again glue it up. Put it over it. Press it down. And then what I would do is I put a bit of weight on it. Kind of sticks on it. I'm just using the knife there. And again, just leave it for a couple more hours. So in the end, I decided to leave it overnight. The light was getting bad, and I thought, why not? May as well make sure that it's completely dry. So here it is. Now, you'll be able to know, how on earth do you play this? Well, what you do, as I said, is it's important to keep all of the air coming from your nose going down through the pipe. So you put it over your nose like this, clamp it really tight around your nostrils, open your mouth, put your mouth over the little bit there, and just breathe through your nose. Don't breathe through your mouth. Okay, so that makes the initial noise, and then how you change the note is just move your mouth in different ways. Just open it, close it, and that'll change the pitch of the note. Okay, so that's basically how you do it. It does take it is a wee bit of a knack, but just make sure that you're not breathing through your mouth, and that, you know, all the just through your nose, down through the pipe. So there you go. So that's a nose flute. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it through this epic, then well done. Yeah, I hope you enjoy all of the stuff that we were doing, all the things that we were making. The Strand have a music Sunday coming up this Sunday the 21st, so hopefully you'll enjoy that. They're doing Coco, Singing in the Rain, some other sort of stuff, but I can't remember that I should. But check it out on the website, and bye, thank you.